Country music has always known how to break your heart, but sometimes it knew exactly how to make you laugh. Back in the early 70s, one unlikely talking record about a streaking cowboy had radio stations scrambling and audiences howling. And later in this list, a playful line dance anthem would quietly take over the entire world. These are 10 joke country songs that started as novelties and somehow became global hits. Number 10, Mississippi Squirrel Revival by Ray Stevens.
I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees, free as song.
Sometimes country humor comes dressed like a Sunday morning sermon gone completely sideways. Released in 1984 on Mercury Records, Ray Stevens' Mississippi Squirrel Revival climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart.
He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and that squirrel ran out of his britches.
The song told the chaotic story of a squirrel loose in church, and audiences immediately fell in love with the absurdity. The real twist? Many radio programmers initially thought it was too silly for mainstream play, but listeners disagreed, calling stations repeatedly to request it.
Now you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters from Moses to Baptist.
You can almost picture it now. A small town congregation, fans whirring overhead, and suddenly pure pandemonium breaking loose in the pews. Decades later, it remains one of the most beloved comedy story songs in country history, proving sometimes the funniest tales travel the farthest. Number 9, The Streak by Ray Stevens.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
From church chaos to pure 70s mischief, this next entry shocked its way around the globe. Released in 1974 through Barnaby Records, The Streak rode the real-life streaking craze and rocketed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Ethel was getting her cold drink. I hollered, "Don't look, Ethel!" And it's too late.
Yes, not just country, pop too. What made it unforgettable was Stevens' mock news report delivery, complete with the famous line about Ethel watching in horror. At first, critics dismissed it as a novelty that would fade in weeks. Instead, it became an international smash, selling millions worldwide.
Right there in front of the hole.
Picture a shag carpet living room, the family radio crackling, and suddenly everyone bursting into laughter at the same ridiculous moment. Nearly 50 years later, it still stands as one of the biggest comedy crossover hits country music ever produced. Number 8, Thank God and Greyhound by Roy Clark.
And you've squandered it all. You've shamed.
Country humor sometimes comes with a wink and a sharp goodbye. Roy Clark released Thank God and Greyhound in 1970 on Dot Records, and it quickly climbed into the country top 10. The song's spoken word sass and punchline delivery made it a favorite far beyond Nashville.
With a simple goodbye.
What made this one special was Clark's timing. The final line landed like a perfectly thrown horseshoe, catching listeners completely off guard. Some traditionalists thought the talking format was too gimmicky, but audiences loved the personality. You can almost see the roadside bus station, neon lights buzzing, and one relieved man watching those taillights disappear into the night.
Thank God and Greyhound, you're gone.
Over time, the song became a staple of country humor playlists worldwide, showing that sometimes goodbye songs are funnier than heartbreak ballads. Number 7, She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy by Kenny Chesney.
Plowing these fields in the hot summer sun over.
By the late 90s, country comedy had traded punchlines for pure playful charm. Released in 1999 on B&A Records, Kenny Chesney's She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot Country chart and became one of his most recognizable hits globally.
We ride back and forth roar till we run out of light.
The funny part? Critics initially rolled their eyes at the title, calling it lightweight and gimmicky. Fans did the opposite. Soon the song was blasting from county fairs, tailgates, and country bars across multiple continents. Picture a summer night, warm air rolling through an open truck window, and that unmistakable chorus getting everybody to grin.
While I'm chugging along.
Today, it remains one of country music's most famous tongue-in-cheek hits, proving humor and heart can ride the same tractor. Number 6. It's Hard to Kiss the Lips at Night by the notorious Cherry Bombs.
She used to call me baby.
Now here comes a reunion that nobody saw coming. And a title nobody forgot. Released in 2004 on DreamWorks Nashville, this Vince Gill-led supergroup track cracked the country top 20 and quickly became a fan favorite for its outrageous full title and playful delivery.
All day long.
Radio stations were hesitant at first, worried the name was too long and too cheeky for airplay. Instead, curiosity made it spread even faster. You can almost hear the laughter in a late-night honky-tonk, boots tapping, bartenders smiling as the chorus rolls through the room. Over time, the song built a cult following that stretched well beyond the country audience.
All day long. She knows.
If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years of music alive for fans like you. Number 5. A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash.
But I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got...
Before comedy country was trendy, the Man in Black delivered one of the sharpest, humorous hits ever recorded. Released in 1969 on Columbia Records and written by Shel Silverstein, A Boy Named Sue shot to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of Johnny Cash's biggest crossover successes.
I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked...
The surprise, it was recorded live at San Quentin Prison, and the audience reaction became part of the magic. Some critics initially thought the humorous revenge story was too novelty-driven for Cash's serious image. They were wrong. Picture that prison crowd roaring with every line, Cash standing firm with that signature grin.
All choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him a paw and he called me son.
Today, the song is considered a masterclass in storytelling humor and remains one of country music's most globally recognized novelty hits. Number 4. You Never Even Called Me By My Name by David Allan Coe. If country music ever wrote a self-aware joke about itself, this was it. Released in 1975 on Columbia Records, David Allan Coe's tongue-in-cheek anthem reached the country top 10 and became a permanent fixture in honky-tonks nationwide.
You don't have to call me darling.
The famous spoken ending listing the perfect country and western song ingredients was added almost as an afterthought. It ended up stealing the entire show. Some traditional fans weren't sure whether to laugh or take offense. Most chose to laugh. Picture a smoky bar room.
Well, a friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song.
Long neck bottles sweating on the table and the whole crowd shouting along to that legendary final verse. Nearly 50 years later, it still defines country music's ability to laugh at itself while staying completely authentic. Number 3. Drop Kick Me Jesus by Bobby Bear.
End over end, neither left nor to right. Straight.
Country music has always walked a fine line between reverent and completely ridiculous. Released in 1976 on RCA Records, Bobby Bear's Drop Kick Me Jesus
Drop kick me, Jesus. the goalpost light.
Reached number 4 on the country chart and became an international curiosity. The football meets gospel imagery raised plenty of eyebrows at the time. Some radio stations even debated whether the title was too controversial to play. But listeners loved the bold humor and the sing-along chorus. You can almost picture a Saturday night crowd, arms around each other, belting that hook with big grins.
Until the time when you have need of me to flash on.
Over the years, the song built a worldwide cult following and remains one of the most uniquely funny records ever to climb the country charts. Number 2, Achy, Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. What started as a simple, slightly tongue-in-cheek dance tune turned into a global phenomenon nobody could have predicted. Released in 1992 on Mercury Records, Billy Ray Cyrus' Achy Breaky Heart hit number 1 on the country chart and became a massive international pop crossover.
You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas.
The real surprise was the line dance explosion that followed. Critics mocked it. Fans made it unstoppable. Suddenly, dance floors from Nashville to Europe were moving in perfect unison. Picture neon-lit dance halls, boots sliding across polished wood, and that instantly recognizable beat kicking in.
Don't tell my heart, not achy, breaky heart. Just
Today, it remains one of the biggest novelty-leaning country hits in history and proof that sometimes the simplest hook travels the farthest. Number 1, Convoy by C.W. McCall.
Back off them hogs. 10 for about 5 miles or so. 10 roger them hogs.
And sitting at the top spot is the trucker anthem that turned CB radio chatter into a worldwide craze. Released in 1975 on MGM Records, Convoy blasted to number 1 on both the country and pop charts.
By the time we hit that Chi-town, them bears was getting smart.
Becoming a true global smash. What made it unusual was its heavy use of CB slang, which many industry insiders feared would confuse listeners. Instead, it sparked a full-blown cultural movement. Suddenly, everyone knew the lingo. You can almost see the endless highway at night. Headlights stretching for miles, and that steady rhythm rolling through the cab. The song even inspired a Hollywood film and remains the gold standard for country novelty hits that crossed every possible border. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week, and there you have it. 10 joke country songs that proved laughter and hit records can ride the same dusty road. From Ray Stevens' wild storytelling to C.W. McCall's highway phenomenon, these tracks showed that country music never took itself too seriously, and that is exactly why they still work today. Thanks for spending a few minutes in the golden years with us. Don't miss our next countdown, 10 country legends who were murdered, and the world just moved on, where we dive into even more unforgettable country classics. Until then, keep the music close and the memories closer.